Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to learn about headings in HTML5. So let's create our file 006 and I will give this a little name too. I will not give any space of headings.html like this, and I will open it in the browser too. As you can see, it is empty for now. Just write HTML as always, HTML5, and I will give it a title of working with headings. In the body we will start writing our code. Because headings are small, I will explain the meta tag too and some other tags, as you can see here, all of those things too. The first thing, before going to headings, I will explain the attribute. This language attribute for language. Lang means language, and it has a value. Every attribute in the HTML5 has HTML or HTML5, they have value. As you can see, this one, the language is English. This is completely optional. You can write and you can remove, because you know that we are writing English. It is not required for now, but in future when we use validation, what is a valid code that we are writing, I will tell you whether it is necessary or not. The next thing is charset or character set. Character set is something very important. For example, if I write something in Notepad, this is something I'll explain to you. If I write something in my language, something like hello, this is in my language, I wrote hello. So the character for this one is not readable for Notepad. If I save this, let's say, for example, in my desktop, I just name hello and I'll save this. It will give me a warning that the file contain character in Unicode format, which will be lost if you save. Okay, I say okay. For now I have not lost it, but if I close this and let's go to the desktop and see, here is hello. If I open this, as you can see, it appears like this. That's why Notepad cannot read our language. This is very like Arabic, like that. And if I write something, if I create a new file, okay, for now I will delete this one. This is just the basic thing that you might know. If I open this time, if I write something here in our language and when I save it into desktop, let's give it hello again, but this time I will use the encoding of UTF-8, and if I save it, it does not give me any error. Remove it and open this one. As you can see, it is showing now because I changed the encoding. The same thing in HTML. In HTML, if you are writing in any other language, you must have a charset of UTF-8. Some browsers support and some browser does not. If the browser does not support, you must write that the character set in my pages UTF-8. UTF-8 support almost most languages like Chinese and Arabic and English and all of those things. That's why you should write UTF-8. That's it for the meta tag. Meta, just the meta itself. This tag is actually adding something to your document. Always it is just adding something to the document. Meta is not something to show and something that you show something for the front end like this. Anything you write on the meta tag will not appear. It is just on the back end. If I right click, view the source, it is showing here, but it never appear in the front page. Like people never see that whatever you write on meta. That's why meta tags, it just accepts some attribute. These are attributes which we will discuss in the future too. As I said, the lang was here, which was en by default. You can change it to your language too. For now it is English. The chart set is, the character set is UTF-8. As I said, what is this? The next thing is viewport. Viewport is for the browser. As you can see, viewport is basically this is the thing that HTML5 adds. We will discuss this when we learn about responsive design, how you can design a website that fit in all devices like mobile, tablet, computer, and maybe large screen like that. These things are for those devices. For example, the content is equal to device width of the content. How it should be? It should be like the device width. Means if the device width is small, it should show small. If it is not, it should if it is big, this should be big, like that. The initial scale is equal to 1.0. The initial means the starting is scale of this one, which we will learn in the future about this when we learn about responsive design. And the next thing is the capability. The capability for, as you can see, the content is written here. The content equal to IE is equal to Edge. Edge, you know, Edge is the new browser. Okay, yeah, Microsoft browser, and IE was the older, or the Internet Explorer. This is the same thing, that it add the capability for the Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge. These two. You can for now completely remove this one because we are not going to use. But if you put it here, it has no bad side. That's why I just put it here. That's it for the meta. Then there are some other meta tag. In future we will learn all of those, but for now let's start learning about headings. Headings are essential part of any web page. You use them a lot, and if you use them, you make your website look nice. It will be user friendly, and a lot of search engine will recognize the text inside this one. Headings, you have studied this in Microsoft Word too. If you know about Microsoft Word, you know about. If you write H1 press enter, it will write H1 and closing one. If I write heading, save this one. Okay, let's open it in browser. Headings. Okay, I have already 2 files of this. Working with heading. Refresh the page. It is a bold and a big tag. The font size is big. If I come here and say, okay, we have H2, heading 2. You can write anything inside. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller. This is the same thing in Microsoft Word. If I open this in Microsoft Word, it should look the same thing, of course. Let's say we have heading 1, heading 2, okay. Heading 3, heading 4, 5, and 6. Okay, here is how you do it. Heading 1, heading 2, heading, let's say if you add for heading 2, the 3 will also appear here. Heading 3 and heading 4, and for the 5th one, you can come here. We have the 5th one, and we have the 6th, and we have the 7 too. But in HTML you don't have 7. You only have from heading 1 to heading 6. We don't have any heading 7. For example, if I write H6 here, tab, of course it can close it, and then I have heading 6. And if I come down and say H7, tab, not working, because there is no tag like H7. H means heading, the number is 1, 2, 3, like that. If I refresh this now, as you can see, heading 1 is big, heading 2 is a little small, and heading 3 is okay. I've opened the Photoshop. Heading 6 is here, the smallest is heading 6, and the heading 3 would be here. Heading 3, let me put a heading 1 for this one to show that they are different text, like this. You can write the for. Okay, this is 4, sorry for that. The text, and refresh it, it's showing like this. You can write anything inside this one. For example, if I come here and say we have an H1, and inside the H1 we have a little bit lorem of 10. If I come here, refresh, it is showing the lorem as big. That is all about headings. Headings are basic thing, H1 till H6. So that's it for this video. I hope it has been informative for you. If you have any question, feel free to comment under the video, and if you have any suggestion for the next video or the next tutorial, feel free to comment. I will make them. Beside this video, I have some tips and tricks on advance of web development beside the basic of web designing. You can check them on the channel. Thank you for watching.